Alright, my name is Francisco Garcia, sorry, and this is my audience. It's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's the dog again. Okay, here you go. I will be presenting my persuasive speech today. I called it a quick fix for fast food. I want to start with a couple of important questions. First thing is, do you or someone you know eat fast food more than once a day? I know a lot of people out there definitely do. I myself eat once or twice, maybe, depending on the weekend. Not every day though. If so, how much? How much do you consume? How much do you spend on it? How much is it hurting you, your wallet, and your family? Looking at the history of Americans, and all throughout history, I mean, from back to the 1960s, 70s, back when the first fast food restaurants came out, the consumption of fast food, especially in America, at places like McDonald's and Burger King has increased severely. That, along with the consumption of the food, so has the waist size of all America. I know it's extremely convenient to be able to go right around the corner to the nearest McDonald's, nearest Wendy's, the nearest Burger King, anything like that. Because it's fast, it's simple. You go through a drive-thru, you sit there for a minute, 2 minutes, tops, maybe 5, if they take too long. You get your food, you're out. It saves you a lot of time, it saves you the need to actually have to cook. But do you think about the consequences? I know you're in a rush, you may not have food on you, you may not have enough time to go back home and get some food. But how much are you actually spending to get that food? How much is that food actually hurting you? I know it's true because I myself have fallen victim too many times to needing food right in the spot and just going to the nearest McDonald's. Trust me, when your stomach is growling with food, it leaves no room for your to listen to your own mind telling you, no, this is horrible, this is terrible for you. When you're hungry, you're hungry. If you look in these days, the hardest thing to afford, though, is your own health. Right now, if it were up to there being a healthy population, everyone would be, or at least a higher percentage of people would be considered wealthy in this country if it weren't for sicknesses. The amount of money spent on sicknesses alone, such as cancer, the treatments for cancer, the treatments for things like diabetes, they can cost, according to the American Diabetes Association, the total estimated cost of a diagnosed diabetes, at least in 2012, is recorded to be about $245 billion, including $176 billion in the direct medical costs and $69 billion in the reduced productivity. Spending on fast food has increased way too much. According to the New York Times, the amount of spent on fast food, at least for Americans, per year was increased 18-fold between the years of 1970 to 2000. It went from about $6 billion to, I believe, roughly about $110 billion per year. Really, these are just things that they require only one simple fix. A couple of different things you can do in your life. Like, let's say the first things first. You can bag your own lunch. Just grab something, make a sandwich, cook some food that you can reheat up in the microwave later, and just take it to go. Really, all it costs to do that is about a rough estimate of an average of $2. And that doesn't even include the drink, because then again, there's water fountains everywhere. You can grab a bottle, refill, and go. That, or you can stop by a restaurant, spend $4 to $15. On average, I would put it at about $10 every time you go by outside. That saves you $8 per time that you eat. Let's say you eat at a fast food restaurant 3 times a day, you saved $8 every time, so you saved $24 in one day, just by bagging your own lunch. Not to mention, making your own lunch means you control what you eat. You know what's in your own food, and you know what it's made out of. You know what it consists of, what goes into making it, and you know whether it's going to actually help you throughout the day, fill you up, or not. Sometimes when you go eat at a fast food restaurant, you order and you eat what you order. It's like if you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, you literally go for the goal of all you can eat. Not just because you have to, but because being in that place removes the boundaries of what's expected of you. You're usually expected to go to a restaurant, sit down, eat the portion they give you, but in an all-you-can-eat, you go full out. There's food everywhere. No one's gonna judge you if you eat everything you actually can. Another little tip is eating before you go out. You can actually save a lot, but just because you ate, you're full, and when you see the items that are around you in the stores, you don't feel the need to buy them. You don't feel pressured into getting everything that's around you. When you're actually hungry and you go into the store, you want to get everything, even though it's too much for you. You just have that need, the urge to have something that's tantalizing for your taste buds. If you want some evidence of that, the American Cancer Society states that when we're faced with big portions, we want to go all out. There's actually have it on their website that if you eat smaller portions, you will actually eat better throughout the day. It's more challenging because you want to have the bigger portion, but the smaller portion helps you control your eating. You can look to places like France. France, the portions in their restaurants are so small, they take the filet mignon very seriously. They mean mignon, small. That small portion will just fill you up, and then you can go for the rest of your day. And if you see most of the people are actually quite fit, better than Americans were back in the 1970s. To close it off, I'm going to bring up a topic of a movie that I once saw. It's called Persuasive Speech. It depicted a man who had to take the challenge of eating McDonald's 4 times a day, every day. And every time he was offered the supersize, he had to take it. He had no other choice, and he had to finish all of the food that he got. Needless to say that after a couple of weeks, it was about 2 weeks, he gained about 10 to 20 pounds. And he started building up high cholesterol and high blood pressure problems. He was once a vegan to begin with, and him and his wife was so upset about him doing this challenge because she saw how detrimental his health was becoming. I want you to really just consider your options here. Yes, it is so much easier to stop somewhere and pick up the food and get like a tasty burger and some fries, but is it really what your body needs? Is it really what's best for you right now, or to be spending on right now? Still, as I always say, it's to each their own, so it's your choice and your choice alone. But please consider the truth about what you're doing. Everything you eat is going to affect you somehow.
And scene.
That's not